something quite special about the sea, isn't there? Moving water just inspires us. But there is something else today that also comes from the sea, something very special. The C126. If you find that pretty and you enjoy videos like this, then feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and you'll probably find a whole bunch of these videos out there as we pay homage to the cars of yesteryear, to those beauties of old, and the fact that they're still around. A 380 SEC from 1983. In other words, it's exactly as old as I am. It is the very first S-Class that received this beautiful coupe design. Rimless doors, plus there's no real B-pillar. This window can go down all the way. And so all of that is open, yet it is a four-seater. So 4 people can travel in absolute luxury in this golden sports car from a golden era. This is the first S-Class that had a different version or different platforms. In other words, a coupe version. Beautiful car, even in today's terms. And the great thing about them is that they only ever came out in V8s. We talked about cars in Africa surviving the elements, but also surviving being passed on from owner to owner, and everybody sort of patching up to make things work. Well, this car is no exception. And there's a right way to patch up, and there's a wrong way to patch up. This is a wrong way to patch up. 500 SEC badge on a 380 SEC. That's just wrong. You don't do that. One of the things that the people complained about with the 380 SEC is the fact that it was very sluggish for a V8. You only got V8 engines with the SECs, with this S-Class coupe, but the 380 was really lethargic. 0 to 100 in just under 10 seconds, just over 200 kilometers per hour, but thirsty with about 15, 16, 17 liters per 100 kilometers. It wasn't really that economical, and it wasn't really that fast. The 500 and the facelifted 500 and 560 SEC, that was a completely different ballgame. But these cars, they already had to make a difference to the W116, and this is why. With the W116, you still build quality with a lot of weight, a lot of metal, really powerful, strong and solid. About 1973, there was this oil crisis and cars had to become a little bit more economical, a little bit lighter. Bruno Sacco and his team, they worked really extensively on the design of this car to have a lower drag value when driving, and all in all, improve the economy by about 10%. They put a lot of effort into this S-Class because they got rid of the B-pillar, which gives you that fantastic look, especially when both windows are down. And that means that you need to somehow reshape that rigidity back into the car, which is also a reason why these cars ended up weighing about 1,500–600 kilograms, which isn't exactly helping when you've got a little 3.8 liter V8 engine. Let's actually have a look at the interior of this car, because that is a highlight for me personally of this specific model. When you get in here, when you feel that, and this, and behold this, you realize what was actually meant with the luxury and the comfort first and the V8 second. I, for one, got into this car, driving it knowing it's a 380, knowing that a 380 is known to be a bit sluggish, and I promise you, I never, until now, have never felt the need for more power. You don't race this car. This is about being cocooned in that comfort, in that safety, in that luxury, and just cruising. If you look at it, if you look at the dialogue through that perspective, all of a sudden, the 380 becomes a bit of a sweet spot. This place is like it's honed for the driver. The solidity of the drive, the solidity of simply sitting inside here, the quality in the doors, the fact that they are gymongous. They are, it feels like they're more than a meter long and they're heavy. You can feel that in every single component of this car, there's a great substance. There's a message to be heard. The interior on this is staggering. Love the fact that they've got a lot of carpet in here in the roof as well. The brown tones that you have on the dash, in the doors, with the wood, and in these seats, it feels like you could drive for a week. So, I probably could have just gotten in behind the driver's seat. Our typical armrest for those that want to enjoy the journey with you. The overall quality, fantastic. You've actually got an ashtray in the back of your Mercedes. Rear windows that go down and gives you a completely B-pillar and frameless sort of arch. Goes all the way to the back. And if I look at it from this perspective, seeing this beautiful arch, Table Mountain in the back with a turquoise ocean, that just looks stunning. The engineering thought that went into this, into making an S-Class, what used to be a 5-seater luxury car, into a 2-door 4-seater luxury coupe. That must have been a very daunting thing, I think, back in the days. And the great thing is the nomenclature, the SEC. The S stands for Sondermodell, the E stands for Einspritzung, and the C stands for coupe. So by default, special injection engine, coupe. That's what you're driving. Whatever it says before that is to an extent a bit irrelevant. We'll talk about that more in the driving video. But for now, I think everything in here is just gorgeous. The Baby 8, producing just over 200 horsepower and just over 300 Newton meters of torque. In my opinion, probably one of the most beautiful S-Class coupes until later on the evolution of the S-Class coupe turned CL, which I then find there was some incredibly beautiful modern Mercedes. But this, to me, is still the most beautiful old S-Class coupe. I find it personally, it's so timeless and it's so beautiful. And this is not going to be the only one that we'll be filming. Perhaps you guys want to jot down in the comments, first of all, which is your favorite S-Class coupe? And second of all, as always, if you guys have had personal experiences and personal stories, and you feel like writing that down in the comments, I really love reading these stories. Until next time, thanks so much for joining. Again, if you haven't yet, feel free to subscribe. And in the next video, we're going to take this car out for a drive as well as create 1 or 2 POV videos where you can literally sit behind the steering wheel and see what it's like to drive this C126. Ciao.